Look how you do this! It's Gaming here! This is part 2 of my type resistances video. Let's just get on with it right here. Normal type. It only has a immunity to ghosts. Does not have any resistances. I think that the reasoning behind that is that normal people can't touch ghosts. They are in the afterlife, while we are in the world of the living. We're on like a different spiritual plane. Now let's go to Ghost. It has 2 immunities to normal and fighting, bug and poison. Same with normal. I don't care if you're the Man of Steel. You can have all the muscles you want. You can take steroids as a baby and be 1,000 years old or something crazy. Ghosts are on a different spiritual plane, so even trained fighters can't get past that. Bugs don't have souls, so they also can't really do as much, because living souls living souls can't touch ghosts, but bugs are more hive minds. There isn't really individuality. Like, ants will throw themselves on fires to put them out. It's like a single entity, a swarm. So it's harder for them to be like affecting ghosts, but because they don't have living souls, they can still touch them. I don't know. Some weird spiritual stuff, and ghosts don't have bodies, so you can't poison them. Normal people can't be touched by ghosts. I don't really have anything for why trained fighters are suddenly susceptible, but normal people can't be touched. I don't know. Dark has an immunity to psychic, resists dark, and ghost. You see my picture of the Scream. Well, psychics use their powers using from like focus of their mind. Humans fear the dark, so they can't really, so when faced with darkness, they're afraid, and they can't focus their powers. Also, if you try to read a truly evil person's mind, then you just go insane or something. And darkness versus darkness, just more darkness. And with Ghost, I think of it as Batman and Bane. Batman uses the dark, but Bane was raised in it, or born in it, whatever. You know, like, ghosts are kind of like pranksters. When you see them in the anime, they like Haunter, they're like, bleh, sticking out their tongue. They like pulling pranks. And they can hide in the darkness, but they aren't really evil. And then dark types are like, scary, and they're like, oh no, it's scariness, I'm scared. It's true evil. Ghost types are pretty nice, you know. And here's Psychic. Resists fighting and psychic. if you try to use psychic powers on someone else with psychic powers, then you both get headaches, I guess. And brain versus brawn. A bodybuilder is stereotypically dumb. Like, that's not to say someone who is strong is immediately an idiot. It's saying, it's just like a stereotype. The jock gets beaten, outsmarted by the science guy or whatever. And this isn't really weak. This is more weaknesses, but psychic is weak to bug, ghost, and dark. So I have a little psychic dude who's afraid. Because this is sort of a theory that human beings are afraid of the dark, ghosts, and bugs, so that's why psychic types are weak. You know, mold, balloons, and squid. I'm scared of those two. Nightmares. Let's go on to fighting. Fighting boasts resistances to dark, rock, and bug. If you train hard enough, you are able to break bricks and stuff. If you try to throw a brick at a trained fighter, they're just like, punch that brick and they just pulverize a rock that you threw. And bugs, a tiny little mosquito bite isn't going to annoy someone unless it's got like malaria, but that's kind of more like poison. I don't know. And dark, this can be seen two ways. Either fighting types are seen as the victorious good guy who's like the fighter, and he's the good guy so he wins. And dark types are evil. But I heard another interpretation that I liked better. That dark types, they're kind of like sleazy or whatever. They use underhanded tactics, which is why a lot of fighting types can use knockoff. They're not truly evil techniques, they're just kind of unfair techniques. And a trained fighter is still able to defeat someone who tries to like bite you or hit a man in his weak spot. Let's just say that. Let's go to bug. It has a resistance to fighting grass and ground. Bugs burrow in the ground, so they aren't really affected, and they're so low to the ground that an earthquake wouldn't really matter. They have so many legs, like 6 legs. If you get hit, if you're a human, there's an earthquake. Whoa! You only have 2 legs, and you're more vertical than horizontal. But bugs are low to the ground, and they have 6 legs, so they can balance. And earthworms and like stuff. Like spiders have even more legs, and earthworms, they just have no legs, but they burrow under the ground. And grass is pretty obvious. If you try to use razor leaf on a bug, it just eats the leaves. And you probably can't see it very well, but here's a really tiny fly. And here's the hero. The good guy, he isn't... If fighting types are like good guys or heroes, then they are too honorable to fight bugs. Also, it's so small that they will just kind of like go out of the way, and you expend all your energy trying to punch it, but it's too small and you just get tired out. Like, bugs can actually survive a lot of impact just because they're so small. They have hard shells. They just, they're just kind of small. Here's poison. A lot of resistances, actually. Fighting poison, bug, grass, and fairy. If a bug tries to attack poison, it's probably by eating it. So you kind of just you just ate poison. Great job, bug. You should probably go tell your friends and family you love them. Then get in really bad debt, because you're about to die. Sorry. And a fighter, if he tries to punch poison, he's going to either like dissolve his hand, or if he gets poisoned, he can't fight as well, so he's really tired. Poison versus poison. You can't poison poison. You can't burn fire. You can't do whatever grass does to be offensive to plants. You can't hit water with water. You can't electricity. It's just one of those things. An element versus itself is just kind of not a lot of damage. And grass, that's obvious. If you poison a plant, it's just wilting. And fairies, their nature magic might be like reduced. So they're like, we're sad and stuff. Also, I think fairy needed something to balance it out, and I mean, personally, I think that bug would have been better instead of poison. Poison already has. It's not super effective against a lot, but still, it would be good against. I think that bug would be better. Poison has enough resistances. And bug's kinda underpowered. The fairies, they have tiny bodies, so the poison would like circulate faster. If a tiny snake bites you, well, that's not too bad. If it only bit you with a little bit of poison, like human beings need arsenic to survive in their bodies. They need it. But a tiny fairy, if she gets poisoned, she's got like a lot less poison capacity for resisting poison. Also, my old computer is acting up again. Let's pause the video and resume later. Maybe not. Maybe so. Okay, so this is rock, and it's a bit later now, but here's rock. Fire. Lighting rocks on fire is dumb. Don't try. If you hit a bird with a rock, then it's probably going to get injured, and then it can't fly. Also, 2 birds with 1 stone. Poison. Well, you can't really poison a rock. It's kinda made of rock. So, yeah. And normal types. If a normal person tries to punch a wall that's made of rocks, or anything made of rocks, you're probably going to just hurt your hand. It's kinda dumb. Now, finally flying. Last one. Flying has a resistance to bug, fighting, and grass. Bug? Birds eat bugs. So you're not really going to have an advantage. Fighting? Have you ever tried to punch a bird? It's not easy. And finally, grass. Well, I had two interpretations. First of all, maybe air can sort of tear up the tree. Like a storm can destroy forests. A hurricane or a tornado. Also, since birds make their homes in trees, they would not be able to do much. The trees. Trees and plants in general are really slow. Like, even Venus flytraps. That's not really, it's not really movement. And the bird's too big for that. Also, sorry about my computer being weird right there. And birds are fast. Flying types are fast. So, a grass type, if it's rooted down in a flying type, it'll just outmaneuver it. I hope you liked this video. And, you want to see more types of videos? They're like, not specific series, just kinda fun facts and stuff. Tell me. I'm open for comments and stuff. You know, I will reply to anything that people like ask on my videos, as long as it's not just like a statement, because that's kind of awkward. Or personally, that's what I think, but yeah. So until next time, this is Crafty Key Gaming signing out.